History is just something you read about in dusty old books. It's alive, captured in photographs, frozen in moments of time. But what happens when those moments are altered? When the photos are changed? History itself is rewritten. This isn't a fantasy, it's a chilling reality. Today, we're diving into the dark art of photo manipulation and exploring the truth behind the people who are deleted from history. In the tumultuous 20th century, particularly within the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin, the camera became more than a tool for capturing memories. It became a weapon of power. Think about this. You see a photograph of Stalin surrounded by his closest comrades, the architects of a new era. A few years later, you see the exact same photograph, but someone is missing, vanished. It wasn't a printing error or a damaged negative. This person was deliberately erased. Why? Because they fell out of favor. They became politically inconvenient, a threat to the established power. Figures like Nikolai Yezhov, once the head of the secret police and a man literally at Stalin's side in famous photos, were systematically removed from the visual record after their execution. The message sent by these altered images was terrifyingly clear and brutally effective. If you defy the system, if you challenge the leader, you will be erased. Not just from life, but from memory itself. Your entire existence will be denied, as if you were never there at all. This was a form of damnation, a retroactive execution that aimed to wipe a person from the collective consciousness of a nation. This practice goes far beyond simple political propaganda. It's a profound form of psychological control. Imagine living in a society where the official, state-sanctioned reality is constantly shifting. You remember seeing a particular official standing next to a leader. You remember their name, their face, their role in major events. But then, one day, the photographs change. The history books are rewritten. The person you remember is gone. And anyone who insists they existed is labeled as delusional, a liar, or an enemy of the state. This is what George Orwell described in his novel 1984 as reality control. It's the power to manipulate the past to control the present. When the physical evidence of the past, the photographs, the documents, is altered, it becomes incredibly difficult to hold onto your own memories. The state creates a new truth, and you are forced to accept it, or face the consequences. This creates an environment of fear and uncertainty, where people begin to distrust their own perceptions. The external, manipulated truth becomes more real than their own internal memories. It's a way to break the human spirit and ensure absolute obedience. The state doesn't just control what you do. It controls what you know and what you believe to be true. Now, let's bring this into the 21st century. It's easy to look back at the grainy, black and white photos of the Soviet era and think of this as a relic of a bygone, totalitarian age. But are we really so different today? The tools have changed, but the potential for manipulation is greater than ever before. Back then, altering a photograph was a painstaking, manual process requiring a skilled retoucher working for hours in a darkroom with scalpels, airbrushes, and ink. It was difficult, and the results were often detectable if you looked closely enough. Today, with the rise of sophisticated software and, more alarmingly, artificial intelligence, erasing someone from a photo, a video, or even creating a completely fabricated event can be done in minutes, with a few clicks. The results can be seamless, undetectable to the naked eye. We live in an age of deepfakes and digital ghosts. The power to rewrite reality is no longer confined to the secret offices of a totalitarian regime. It's becoming democratized. This raises a deeply unsettling question for our modern world. If historical manipulation was possible with primitive tools, what are the implications now that anyone with a computer can alter reality? This isn't just about politics anymore. It affects our personal lives. Think about how much of your identity, your memories, and your social connections are stored digitally. Your friendships are cataloged on social media. Your life's milestones are documented in cloud-based photo albums. Your professional history is on LinkedIn. We are creating a digital version of ourselves, a database existence. So let me ask you this: if tomorrow, for some reason, all your photos disappeared from the internet, if your social media profiles were wiped clean, and all digital records of you vanished, would it be proof that you never existed? In a world that increasingly relies on digital verification, the absence of a digital footprint could be interpreted as the absence of a person. It's a modern-day version of being erased from the photograph. We are outsourcing our memory to servers and algorithms. But what happens when those servers and algorithms can be manipulated? When your digital ghost can be altered, edited, or deleted entirely. The line between the real and the fabricated is becoming dangerously blurred. We see it in the spread of misinformation, where doctored images and fake videos can sway public opinion, incite violence, or ruin reputations in an instant. The old saying, "Seeing is believing," is no longer a reliable guide. We have to question everything we see. We have to become critical consumers of information, constantly asking, who created this? Why are they showing it to me? And what might have been changed or left out? The battle for history is no longer just being fought in archives and libraries. It's being fought on our screens, in our social media feeds, every single day. The techniques may be more advanced, but the goal is the same as it was in Stalin's Russia: to control the narrative, to shape belief, and to erase inconvenient truths. So, what's the takeaway from all this? History is fragile, memory is malleable, and the truth can be a casualty in the war for control. The stories of the people erased from photographs are a stark warning. They remind us that we must be vigilant in preserving the truth, in all its messy, complicated, and sometimes inconvenient forms. We have to protect our collective memory, both digital and analog, from those who would rewrite it for their own purposes. Because once a piece of history is successfully erased, it's not just a person or an event that disappears. A part of our understanding of the world and of ourselves is lost forever. The ghosts of the past are calling out to us, reminding us to look closer, to question what we're shown, and to never let the truth be deleted. What are your thoughts on this? How do we protect our history and our own digital identities in this new era? Let me know down in the comments. Your voice and your perspective are a part of this ongoing record, a proof that we are here and that we are thinking about these crucial issues. If you don't comment, it's like you've already been erased. Thanks for watching, and if you found this exploration of history and truth valuable, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.